Hi everybody, it's Emma and I am so excited to share with you this lovely tutorial. This is in collaboration with NBEADS, and I'm sorry, I'm just adjusting the light here, and that's a little too bright. So I got a message from a representative from NBEADS, and they asked me if I would do a collaboration with them. So they let me choose some products, and with the understanding that I would do a unboxing and some videos tutorials. So this is one of the video tutorials. I'm so excited. This just popped into my head, and as I started working through it, it got more and more exciting. So I'm really super stoked to share it with you. Let's just talk about the business side of this. I just want to let you know that if you want to go to NBEADS to purchase, you can use a coupon code that they gave me for $3 off a minimum order of $24. And you know, clearly you can easily spend $24, maybe even on one thing. So the coupon code is capital E for Emma, and so it's capital E MMA01 is the coupon code for $3 off. They also have a big sale going on till the 25th. Definitely take a look. There's some stuff that's on clearance, but there's also stuff that's 25 or 75% off. And some of it is these porcelain beads. So definitely take a look. So that's what I'm talking about. These incredible, beautiful little turtle babies. They are stunning. So I did a unboxing of this, and so let's go ahead and start talking about what we're going to do today. So we're using the jewel loom, and I'll get to that in a second. And we're also using these beautiful, these are 8/0s, I think. 6/0s, sorry. These are 6/0 seed beads, and this is a mix that I made up. These are beads that I got from Bead Melee on Etsy. She's a Canadian seller, and she has a lot of beautiful beads, and she sells mostly Toho beads, but some other stuff too. But so I did a mix with some of the stuff that she had, and this turned out really neat. It's kind of like a blue, green, aqua, turquoisey feel to it. So we're going to use those. You're going to need, you don't necessarily need some Eslon. I use Eslon on my beading loom for the edges so that it looks a little more finished on the sides. And then I use this upholstery thread to do the warp threads with, and you can get this at Walmart or on Amazon. And I use the color green, trying to keep in the same vein of the color. And for my beading thread, I can use 1G. You can use anything you want, really. I like to use the upholstery thread, and the only reason I used yellow is because I want this color to continue to show up on the edges, and if I use this, it's going to cover it all. So I thought the yellow might, and it's also going to be easy for you guys to see what I'm doing with the bright yellow. So that's that, and you're going to need a crimp closure to finish off the bracelet, and some type of closure here. So I've got a, let me bring it up closer. So I've got a lobster claw attached with a tiny piece of chain, and then I put an extender chain on the other side with a jump ring and a Swarovski mega crystal here. But so this is about 6 beads wide. It is oh, my ruler's right here. This is about 2 centimeters. Yeah, it's 2 centimeters. Sorry, this is 2 centimeters. Okay, and these are these lovely. Oh my gosh. They're so gorgeous. I just love these guys. So you can get these on at NBEADS. Um, I think you can buy sets of 20, and I think it's about $3 for a set of 20. But and the only reason I'm pausing is because the day that I ordered mine, it was a promotion, so they were $1.55 for 20. But I don't think that promotion's on anymore, but you can buy 200 of these for $30. So definitely take a look. They also have different colors, which is really cool. I prefer the green, and I'm glad I picked it. It's quite nice. And the other thing is they sent these to me for free in exchange for the videos, just so you know. And so far, um, I liked ordering this stuff with them so much that I placed another massive order. So let's put these ones away so they don't get lost, because we already have ours out, and I'm going to show you that in a second here. This may be a two-part video, and the reason being is I don't have a pause feature on this camera, and it's a tablet, and it's just way takes too much time, too complicated, and it often fails trying to upload it and then edit it and stuff. So I'm just gonna move these guys aside. We need those, and we're gonna need probably some more of that, and you're gonna need some type of needle, and I got these lovely needles. I got them by accident. I didn't realize they were that long. I thought they were collapsible needles. And then when I got them, and I got a whole bunch of them, I was like, oh my God, these are too big. I'll never use them now. They're my favorite. So this is what we did. Let me bring this out as much as I can to show you. So I've gone ahead and warped my thread on my bead lawn, or my jewel loom. There's a metal bar that goes in the middle that you use to bend this plastic piece, and then when you're ready to start weaving, a lot of people leave it in. I take it out because sometimes my threads are not, you can see they're kind of loose a bit. So by taking it out, it expands it so that it will be tight, especially if you use the S-Lon on the sides. So I also wanted to point out something really interesting. So anyway, for a size 6/0 bead, I leave 2 spaces in between each warp thread. And what I've done is I've strung an extra warp thread down the middle, and before I attached it to the bottom part, so I did this one totally separate. So I went ahead and warped everything else, and I'll show you, it's pretty messy, but it's not a big deal because that's all getting cut off. So then I went ahead and attached another thread of the upholstery thread, and I use the upholstery thread because it will not break at all, and it doesn't wear out. It's meant for upholstery, like leather upholstery, so that's why I use it. So you attach it on the one end, then you thread on your however many beads that you're going to use, and I'm using 5. You could probably do more and do it just like this, so that it looks like they're one on top of each other. You know how they sit in the sun on a log? They kind of sit on each other, but I just wanted to separate them kind of somewhat evenly and do it that way. So then once all these little guys are on, then you take your thread and you attach it to the bottom piece, and then you just let these fall at the bottom. what we're going to do is we're going to weave in our beads, and then once we get the where we want to, put the turtle, we can move the turtle up, and then we continue beading. So let's take a look. It might be a little more tricky because I realize there's a flaw in this idea. So say I bead down to about here, then I want to slide my guy over top of the beads. If I've attached this cord into this weave, you won't be able to move him forward. So I think what I'm going to do is when I get to the point where it's going to be his head, then I'm going to not weave in that thread, so that it gives it the space for me to line it up, and then once it's on, then I can weave in the thread like that. So I'll show you when we get to there. So let's get started. So I've got my needle with the thread, and I've conditioned my thread with some wax, and that just takes the knots, the twist out of it, and it's still twisted. The stuff is super twisted. Sounds funny. So twisted. So let's go ahead. And you know what? I might leave a bit of a tail on. And the reason being that we're going to take that and weave it in at the other end. There. Might have to tie it a little tighter. I kind of don't want to. If you guys have any clue about doing the starting it on here, I don't want to do it too tight because I want to take that knot out at the end. I don't want a knot on the edge. It may not matter, actually, now that I think of it, because we're going to end up gluing that. So yeah, let's go ahead. There. And get our beads out. Yay! I don't know if I've done one of these on camera because I'm starting to think this is going to be a little more difficult than I thought. Let me see if I tilt it the other way on this side. Because it's going to get in the way. Here. And I want to make sure that you see what I'm doing. So we have 6 spaces. We're going to take 6 beads and just try and keep it random. And I'm going to enlarge this in a second here. There's 5 and 6. Okay. Yeah, I can see how this is going to get a bit wonky here. I think I can. Yeah, I think I can bring it down a bit because we only need 7 inches. And I don't want to, it might make it easier for the camera. Okay, so actually we're going to go underneath on the left side, pull everything through. And we're going to take your hand and try and position those beads in between the warp threads. And look at that. It's pretty easy with the big beads. So hold it up like that so that your beads are above these threads. So you want to take your needle and put it through each bead above those threads so that they're grabbing on to the thread, and that's what's going to keep it in place. So let's take our it through. And I'm going to bring this down here, there. And we're going to pick up some more beads. Try and keep this in focus for you. And you can always move everything up anyway. It moves pretty easily with these big beads. So we're going to pick up 6. And you could do a pattern with these too, but the idea with these is I want the kind of greeny, turquoisey colors to represent the water, and then of course, the turtle swimming in the water. And I have to correct myself when I was talking about the turtles on the logs. Those are not sea turtles. Sea turtles don't do that. That's freshwater. Bolt it in. And there you go. There's your second row. So this should go pretty fast. If I can get my hand management here. 4, 5, 6. And bring it under. Pull it through. Pop them all up. And just remember to check that, because with these big ones it's pretty easy, but you know what? I did my first one, and when I attached it, now they're not falling off or anything, but I'm surprised at how many I missed. You can tell they pop up a little higher when you're wearing your bracelet. 4, 5, 6. Oh, I put one too many. Let's take that one. Let's take that out. There we go. Pop those guys up. So this needle, it comes in really handy. And these go pretty fast when your beads are this big. They go pretty fast even with smaller beads. So trying to think how far in we want to go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 6 rows, and then we'll start on the turtle. And you'll understand what I was talking about weaving your extra thread in over not weaving it in. And it only came to me after I was explaining it to my wife. I realized, oh, this isn't going to work the way I thought it was going to work. No, wait a minute, I got a solution for that. So yeah, I'm super stoked about all the stuff at NBEADS. I'm a little annoyed with myself. I thought the sale was going to be over, so I was up late the night before what I thought was the sale ending, and I placed an order, and then somebody posted a comment. I want to say it's Bonnie posted a comment saying that she orders her Miyuki beads from from NBEADS all the time, and I had just placed an order. I initially was going to place order for pound bags, and then I decided I'm just going to do the 50 grams to start with and see how I like it, and then there was that, and there was also the ceramic heart beads. I ordered a mix of 500, and then I realized I could have ordered specific bead colors 500, and then of course I didn't place that order. So, and the reason why I was annoyed was I was annoyed with myself because I want to I'm definitely going to do specific colors, but when I place orders with companies that have shipping fees, now their shipping fees are expensive, but I'll tell you, the shipping comes very fast. Like mine says 3 to 5 days. I don't know how they do that, but I mean, I guess we're by the ocean, so we get the big container ships. It wouldn't come on a container ship because that would take too long, but we also, because we have a lot of goods coming through on the container ships, then they get put on planes and shipped out. So there's a system to uh, to deal with that. So you could get your stuff really fast, but it still blows my mind that it comes to my door that quick. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, that extra thread, and the reason I know it's the extra thread is I just grabbed these guys so I could tell, and I just put my finger in there and pulled it up. So now when I go through, I want to make sure I don't go through this one so that it will be able to come up and I can get my turtle over top of the beads to about there, and I'll keep showing you what I'm talking about. So make sure all the others are up. There. And you can let it go. And there's another trick too, like what I'm doing with these turtle beads. You can actually do that with edging along here so that you have beads on the edge and no thread. It's a very cool technique. So yeah, you just put all your stuff on there, slide it down, and then as you do your weave, you bring your beads up. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, so I placed a massive order. I have to place another one because I'm trying to decide what to do. Give it a day or two. The sale's still on. So let me grab this one here and use my thumb to hold it up and go through these beads. Make sure I'm through the tops. I'm just going to see where he's going to sit. So you see what I mean? So we probably need 1, 2, 3, about 3 rows more. So that would have been 1, 2. So about 5 rows. So we'll go 6, 5, 6, 5. Let's try that. 1, 2. And pull that up. Let's see if that's Sorry about that. I didn't realize that was a bit blurry. You can see what I mean about it tangling. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring that down. And it worked, the yellow thread. You can see it's covering those. And by the way, in case you're wondering, I put 2 pieces of thread of Eslon, a lime green and a light green. And that was just to give it some interest, and it kind of looks neat. The edge looks really tidy. Oh, let's not forget our extra cord. Need 2 more of these rows, and we're gonna put our turtle on. You're gonna flip out, cause I am. There's 6. So I did the calculation on the Miyuki beads, and it was I'm trying to think now. I think it was, there was a slight difference in the cost when it came to that and Fire Mountain Gems, and that was the only place I could see to find them that many. So let's see what's happening with Turtle Guy. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Look at that. So he's in there. We probably could have even, but it would have been tight. So I think this is perfect. And you can't really tell where the thread is because the threads are all the same. And probably could have used the yellow. Well, no, I wanted it to stay the color of the beads. So, okay. So let's do, we'll take a look. I don't know that we'll do 6 rows. We may only do 3 after this before putting the next turtle on. So when we do this one, we're going to have to try and hook on to that. And what you could do is do your needles separate, like do 3 and 3. But I managed to grab it, so no big. So my birthday's coming up in a couple of days. I'm driving my wife nuts. I wanted to have a barbecue with my neighbors, but we can't because we're in lockdown. So we could have a social distancing one, and just we'll both have stuff on our back deck and hang out together and have some drinks and stuff. And yeah, so we have options. But the part I'm driving her nuts about is I can't decide what I want to eat because 2 things, me being keto, and the other is the fact that we're in a lockdown, so we can't go eat at a restaurant. And so that doesn't give us many options. And I don't really want to cook for myself. Although I will cook a cheat meal. And I just pulled it tight because it was starting to pop up, the yellow thread right there. So I pulled that tight and that seemed to work. So then you don't have to go. So I made a bracelet doing like with these big beads, and I wanted to put elephants on there. So I would have had to go in and sew them in, and I was like, oh, that's gonna look messy, and didn't know how to do it, and that's how I came up with this idea. It's like I should be able to thread them on, and lo and behold, I did it. So I think 3 rows between each turtle is going to be enough, and the reason being I definitely want to use 5 turtles, but this is going to measure 7 inches. Here's my ruler. See where we're at so far. So we're at 2 and a bit. Let me go here. Yeah, I think that's going to have to do it. Because you know what? I wanted space on the end too. We probably should have done just 2 rows. We may end up with 4, I think. And we'll have to take the last little guy out. Okay, so we're at 30 minutes, so I could probably finish this on camera. So that would be good. Yeah, so I was trying to decide between the hearts, the turtles, and the Miyuki beads about ordering some more stuff. The other part that might be an issue, and I'm sorry I keep flipping between, gotta make sure I pull this up here. No, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me pull these off. I'm gonna take it down 1 row. So I'll just go back. I didn't even think of that. I keep jumping between my birthday meal and oh my god, can you tell I'm a princess? Oh, I don't know which beads to order. And what am I going to do for my birthday? Oh, I'm so sorry. I am such a princess. Because now I took the thread out. I don't actually have to take those guys out. Just do this. So now we got our 2 rows. I'm on a roll today. I'm just watching this, worried this is going to come out. Try and get the tangle out of this. It looks like we're going to have to add more thread. Grab these guys. There's 6. Yeah, so if you have any advice about either, because you know I'm a princess, you know what, at some point I am gonna do a Fire Mountain gem order. My only issue is between the shipping and I'm concerned that I may end up getting taxed and duty. So let's do 2 more. I think we said 5 on the last one. Yeah, we got to do 5. That's right. So need 3 more here. My problem is I'm impatient. So if I have it in my mind, it's like, okay, I need all these things. So then I'm like, let me just go ahead and place the order now. But part of that urgency is out of the fact that I'm paying shipping and potentially duty. So it's like, I want to, if I have to order something, I order it right away in a large order so that I don't have to go through that. Because at some point, the discounts that you get from a lot of these places is more than the shipping. So that's the idea, is if I get a lot of stuff, I don't care about paying the shipping because the shipping ends up being covered in the discount. So that's why I do things I do. You know how good I am? I have my wife making excuses for me for why I have to buy beads. I could not believe we had that conversation the other day. She's like, well, you know, it's a hobby for you, and we don't spend a lot of money on other things. We don't spend money on clothes. We don't spend money on restaurants. We don't spend money on travel. We haven't traveled since, probably 7 years now. But you know, it's funny. We're going to be doing some travel soon. Well, as soon as the population is immunized, then we're going to start traveling, and we're probably going to end up doing a lot of traveling. Definitely going to come see people, so if there's people out there that are interested in coming out to dinner with us or something like that when we come to travel, because here's the thing, Jen is a NASCAR fan, so anywhere that there's a racetrack and that there's going to be a race on, we're planning on doing some travel that way. So there we go, is our next guy. Look at this, it's so cute. Oh, oh my gosh, it looks like they're floating. That's amazing. Wow, I'm so excited. You know, I kind of got stuck in this idea that I'm doing this collaboration for NBEADS. It has to be very polished and whatnot. And I found myself struggling with the video because trying to make it perfect, because you know, I'm want to make sure I do a good job and feel I owe them that much. But that's not me. I make mistakes. I talk about everything other than beading, other than products. So, yeah, if that's the kind of, you know what? Those are the kind of videos I like. And I go in, I know exactly what I'm getting when I watch the video. I can forward to the parts that I need to review for how to do a certain bead weave, whatever. But, oh, I forgot to get, you know what, I might get it on the next. No, I better put it through. I forgot to grab the extra thread. Actually, I didn't have to go through all 3. There. just brought it to that end. Okay, pull it tight. You know, I have a question. I watch Sarah, and I'm trying to think her last name, Sarah Ellis. So I watch Sarah Ellis. How the heck does she do lives? Because this would be a great video for a live, the way she does them. And there's no way I can do this, pay attention and answer questions and read questions. It's like nothing would get done. I'd be too squirrel, squirrel. I'm squirrely enough. So that thread, that yellow thread, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of popped up. Not a big deal. I'm going to pull it tight on this next one. That's what happened on the last one, and it seemed to work. So I'm going to get my guys in here and then pull this tight, and it pulled everything. I don't want it too tight because I don't want these sides to get all bunched up, but just enough to grab that guy. I don't think I went through all of them. This one seems low. Yeah, it wasn't in. Okay, I think I got him now. There's two babies. They're so pretty. I love the baby turtles. When I lived in Florida, just after I graduated high school, I would go to Florida every winter and work. And love the little sea turtles. We'd go to the rescue aquariums and see them and stuff. This one, I'm going to go up. So you can see how your thread gets all twisty. I think we should, let's do one more row and then start a new piece of thread here. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Set this guy up. I'm going to do one more. Where are we with this guy? Okay. 5, 6. Up. Yeah, I think that'd be, and let's see where we're at with that guy. Okay, so I'm gonna go down. Up. So I'm just going through this one twice to bring my thread up without, I want to kind of keep the pattern where you have one side, there's just one little space here and then a thread, and then this one goes in a weave. So now we're going to take this down below. So we're trying to keep the same thread path, like that. Now we're going to go up through this one, but remember that warp thread, you don't want to grab that. There, I think that got it. And so I probably stopped at the right time with this thread because it's this needle's so long. Now you can just change needles, but that's a pain. There. And I'm going to take it off the needle and leave that piece there because we're going to put glue on there to make sure it stays in place. So there, let's take it out a bit so you can see. It's looking pretty good. There's my next guys coming up right behind him. This is looking amazing. So let's see how much we have here. So yeah, it's gonna come right to the edge. I could probably move this up now, but you know what? That's probably not a good idea. So next time, lesson learned, I'm gonna have to start higher up, and I would have started higher up, but to do this on camera high up, it's really hard. Like I'm reaching really far because this, I'll get my ruler out. So there's the 7. Where am I here? There's the 7. Let's see, the 7 mark. So there's not a lot of space for stuff here. Not a big deal because we're just gonna weave the thread back and forth and then put some glue and then clip it. So you don't need extra, but it's a bit awkward, but I guess I'll manage. So let's grab some thread. So I don't know if you have to let me know if you're okay with 2-part videos or not. For me, for making stuff, like if I needed to watch a video and it was in 2 parts, I don't know. I think it would be just a bit annoying because sometimes it's hard to find the second part. But yeah, I think now that I think of it, I think I will do a part 2, and the part 2 will just be once it's finished showing you how to put the thing on, just because I think this part here is pretty basic except for that warp trick that I did, so most people could figure that out on their own, kind of thing. So I will be back with this part when it's finished. Take care. Bye.